Welcome to another episode of Witticism. I'm Nolan.
And I'm Mary, bringing you the news that matters most around the globe.
It's common sense to not rob stores, but if you do, don't rob a gun store. The customers will have guns, and the clerk will have a gun. Also, the cop who's in uniform at the counter will have a gun. If you want some quick cash, hit up Quick Fill. There's no security, and the taquitos are great.
The original creator of Bert and Ernie revealed the beloved Sesame Street characters are gay. To the surprise of who? Didn't we all kind of know it anyway? Why else would two people who on the surface seem to have their disagreements live together for 40 plus years? They complete each other. And don't give me that they share because New York apartments are expensive. Those puppets are rolling in dough. They have to be with the water bills from Ernie's constant bubble baths. I, for one, congratulate Bert and Ernie for going public with their relationship and wish them many more years filled with pigeons and rubber duckies.
A man has the new nickname of the produce butt vandal after rubbing tomatoes and apples on his bare butt in a grocery store. Not sure what he was going for, but let me give you some personal advice. Cucumbers work a lot better.
A fart expert at the University of Newcastle says if you hold in a fart, it could come out of your mouth. Thank you for that intellectually sound anecdote, Patrick Starr. You've spent your years wisely.
Year after year of deadly hurricanes, meteorologists have groundbreaking news. Apparently hurricanes are wet and windy. Who would have thought? Next we'll find out that earthquakes aren't just your fat upstairs neighbor, or something even crazier like climate change actually being real.
A Washington woman refused to pull over after being pursued by a state trooper for several miles. When asked why she refused, she said, "I drive a white Prius. I will not pull over on a wooded highway. Nature is dirty." Maybe she'll realize the irony in hating nature when she's drinking from all her plastic Starbucks cups and tweeting about being against straws.
Two men tried robbing a cannabis dispensary in Canada, spraying the clerk behind the counter with bear spray. Not very Canadian, eh? It also wasn't very Canadian of the clerk behind the counter to come out using a bong as his weapon of choice. Or I guess we could call it a tactical assault water pipe? Would that be considered drug abuse? I have so many questions.
A one-eyed panther, which survived being shot in the face, died from surgery on his other eye. I guess you could only stare death in the face once.
Students from an Arizona school were given cacti as a friendly reminder not to bully. Their slogan, "If looking at a prick every morning doesn't reason you are one, what will?" It's touching stuff.
Everyone's heard of huffing spray paint, but only some of us have ever had terrible enough friends to peer pressure us into doing it. A local from Detroit who is suspected of huffing spray paint has been arrested for assaulting his mother with a spatula. The boy's mother, Martha, says she woke up to her son screaming, "Pancakes!" while smacking her in the face repeatedly with a spatula.
Gruesome stuff. That's all the time we have. I'm Nolan.
And I'm Mary. Thanks for watching.
Stay beautiful, Indiana.
Hey guys, and welcome back to another segment of Reality Check. It's officially fall, which means cozy sweaters and comfy pants. No more tight tops and short shorts. I mean, unless you're going out. Or if you just want to be cold one day, there's nothing I can do about it, except talk about you on my show. But let's be real, fall is everyone's favorite season. For some reason, we're all addicted to the smell of cinnamon and the taste of pumpkin spice. Why is that? The weather's great and all, but why this obsession? We have summer vacations, Christmas and winter, Easter and spring, but there's like no holidays in fall. Just pumpkins. Again, don't get me wrong. Love pumpkin spice, pumpkin bread, but what stops me from buying it year round? Nothing. Fall's like you're 17 years old. Everything's great's about to happen, but you're stuck there, just waiting. Where's the fun in that? Personally, I'm ready for winter. To run around in the snow, and most importantly, go Black Friday shopping. I really love Black Friday shopping. I buy everyone's gifts in my family, and then I just always find a lot of things for myself. Wait, what do you mean? There's Thanksgiving before Black Friday, and it's not in winter? No, I wrote this whole thing about Black Friday being in winter. Sorry about that, just had to have a quiet discussion with my stage manager. Everything's fine, the script writer is great, and no one's fired, that's for sure. Where was I? Oh yeah, okay. I wanted to talk about what everyone needs in fall. We just have to be realistic. We all need a great jean jacket. Jean jackets can be worn with like anything. Except this top, it doesn't really go with the red, but seriously, they're a fall essential. You need everything military green too. Just like in Mean Girls, camo pants, they're still a staple. I can't wear green for reasons. I mean, I guess you won't see the green screen behind me, but just imagine it. Also, this fall, everyone is doing dark hair. Kim said, no blonde. Hello, dark. I mean, I know I have a little bit of blonde, but I'm getting there, Kim. Don't forget to call me. It's just a couple DMs, but it's okay. Well, I think that's everything for today. This script was really messed up, and I'm Kane. I will spay and neuter your pets. Don't forget your reality check. Wait, who wrote this?
Welcome back to Witticism's Word of the Day, your primary source for today's most important words. Today's word is zaddy, noun. A primal response to an instinctual feeling of attraction, a handsome man, often accompanied by Zam! Thanks for tuning in.
It was a cold and rainy day when I stepped out of the car and into the White House. The year was 2009, and we were gathered for the correspondence dinner. I was wearing a very fetching Louis Vuitton nightgown and sporting my Tesla walker. I had been invited as a civil rights activist. I can't quite remember why, except I stood outside a bakery with these nice young men who weren't allowed to cake for some reason. Very peculiar. As I made my way down the hall, I suddenly lost my breath because my nightie was a little tighty, but also because I saw him, Vice President Joe Biden. His eyes met mine, and he approached me and took my hand in his soft, baby skin hands, and he planted a kiss. You look ravishing as always, Bertha. Why don't we step away for a little bit? Slipping on his sunglasses, even though we were inside, he led me to a small bedroom off to the side, where a portrait of George Bush overlooked us. I stepped towards the balcony and watched the sunset. Joe poured me a glass of wine and pardoned himself to go powder his nose. There was a knock on the door, and when I opened it, who did I see but the president with his charming smile and his very toned arms. Where was I? Oh, yes.
Bertha, I've been looking for you all over. I cannot deny my feelings anymore.
He swept me into his arms. Oh, Barack, I said, we can't, we mustn't.
Bertha, he said to me, believe me when I tell you, yes, we can.
As he leaned in to kiss me, Joe suddenly burst into the room. What do you guys think you're doing, he said, before ripping his shirt off, without me. But what will Michelle say, I asked. I'm cool with it, she said, from underneath a potted plant behind some binoculars. Oh well, I think that's as far as I'm willing to go for right now, and consent is important, so I'll stop here. I'd like to thank you all for watching, and remember, stay in school.
Hey guys, my name is Sandra Bullock. You might have seen me in movies such as Miss Congeniality, The Proposal, or of course, okay.
I was like, does she not know her own name?
My high school experience was great. I felt like I ruled the school even though I'm 5 foot and everybody was like towering over me. I didn't really rule the school. I was a band kid. You don't talk to band kids.
I mean, I was pretty much an awkward kid. I started off high school with a Cat Fancy subscription.
It was fine. I don't want to go back, but it was fine.
You know, my high school experience was like an average one. Just woke up, went to classes, and went home. I didn't really do much in high school. It kind of was just there. It's just like put in there, just like there I am. I was there.
First half was okay. Second half was a lot of fun. I kind of stuck with the same group the first 2 years, and then like I literally can split it in half, and like the second years I really just like branched out.
Well, this might come as a shock to people, or it might not, but it was a very interesting experience. Didn't really have a lot of like boyfriends or anything. First time I got asked out on a date, I actually started choking on a shrimp and steak fajita, and his mom had to run over behind me and give me the Heimlich. However, when she was giving me the Heimlich, she was just hitting me like here in my like private area. And so I actually had to give myself the Heimlich all while he was eating, and it just shot out of my mouth. And then I said, it's a good thing I didn't die right here, am I right?
My high school experience was okay, I guess. It wasn't fantastic. I kind of wasn't there like the last year. I only had one class for the entire year in the school, so I wasn't really there. Didn't really get to experience it.
My high school experience was all right, I guess. I don't know. I realized that I I don't miss high school. I miss seeing my friends every day while I'm in college because I go home like every weekend to see them, which is bad, but it's fine. But also it was kind of crappy because people were so.
My freshman year, I was kind of weird. I asked the girl who would eventually be my best friend and then be my girlfriend in college for a couple of years, or a couple of months, sorry. I asked her to homecoming on a calculator, and then she turned me down and went with this really weird kid. We both shudder about it.
It was the best time of my life, not even kidding you. I want to go back so bad. It was awesome.
Pretty good, adequate I'd say. It wasn't terrible, wasn't amazing.
My high school experience wasn't too bad. I mean, I was more of the jumper, so I didn't really have like a core group. I was just there.
In general, my high school experience wasn't a bad one. I felt like a Regina George for a couple of years, and it was pretty powerful. I understand why dictators like what they're into.
Our high school is known for losing football. We never win, ever, you know. Go Titans.
We are known for the best prom in America. There's actually a book written about it, it's facts. We had John Mayer go, we had Maroon 5 go. My year, the people that sing Shake It went. Metro Station. No one knew a single song until they sang Shake It, and then everyone like went ham.
I guess football, musicals a little bit, and annual bomb threats. Since in like first grade, someone wrote like Boom 230 on a wall and we had to evacuate, and I've gotten one like every year since then. In 10th grade, our bathrooms got closed because there was one every day for like a week, and then he was like, all right, no more bathroom privileges until we figure this out. And then a girl was like, but periods, and he was like, okay, one bathroom until we figure this out.
They were mostly known for football because I guess our football team was pretty cool, and we had a really nice gym. We spent like all of our money on it. It looks pretty cool. It looks like the IUP gym actually. It's like pretty big.
So I went to Catholic high school, so it's known for dress codes and recruiting for basketball, even though technically we're not supposed to do that. And just like uptight rules and uptight teachers and all the preppy stuff that you might assume a Catholic school would be known for.
The musical actually, like, and our swim team, our football team is kind of a joke. I don't know how many people know who Westmont is, but like Westmont Hilltop swim team, if you swim, they were like the bad guys. Like, not the bad guys, but the goal from a lot of swim teams was to beat us more than win.
And my high school was known for a bunch of various things. My principals covered up the Sandusky scandal. It was built by the architects also build prisons. So we're known as the prison school, but we're also known as the swamp school because it was built on a swamp and sinks an average of 3 inches a year. They're looking into land for a new one, but it's been there for a while now. It's really interesting. You can see in our main office, you can see the levels. I don't know why it's in the main office. I guess they're honest about it, but I'd hide it.
Bomb threats, random fire drills, fights, loud trucks, kids just randomly walking out. You know, our high school was like on a hill. They didn't really have anywhere to go unless they want to run out into the highway. And Jules.
Weed, Zane Dudek.
Okay, my high school is known for a couple things. Well, for now it's known for fights. It used to be known for buying a Cinderella staircase and what is that called? A chandelier, like this really expensive modern chandelier instead of getting a turf field for our high school, which was the same price.
My high school is Marion Center, so it is a hick high school, so pretty much everyone would drive tractors to school, and people would have sex in stairwells, and they would smoke in the woods, and we literally had a biggest hick category. So people would be nominated and then thrown into that hit category, which everyone dreaded every year. And when you went to the bathroom, there was chew in the toilet. And I swear to, I was so scared to sit down. Like, I did not go to the bathroom at my school unless it was number 1. Because number 2 meant there was gonna be chew up my butthole.
Volleyball, and we actually had a pretty good musical theater program, so people like to see those shows.
My high school was also known, if you were an athletic person, we had this cage at the bottom of the stairwell that all the players put their gym bags in, like their big duffel bags, like they didn't have to carry them around through the day. And there was a lock on it, and it was just like a cage, and so it opened, the door opened, and it was like just the underneath of the stairwell. Well, there was always a bunch of bags in it, and these 2 kids got caught by our security officer having sex in the cage area throughout the day, but they didn't get caught until they were walking away from the stairwell, and someone went in to grab a bag, and there was blood on a duffel bag. Why would you do that? Clean up after yourself. You could get something. If you don't already have it, just leaving your pussy blood everywhere. Am I allowed to say that? Karma's real. If you make fun of a girl for pooping yourself, you will poop yourself.
Well, I was, I guess, known for sports, and then I ended up getting a concussion my senior year, so I wore sunglasses, and then people started calling me the blind girl. And so someone the one day was like, "Oh, how's Kate gonna learn the dance if she can't see?" And I said, "Listen, Sarah, I might be blind, but I can still hear that stupid you-know-what coming out of your mouth." And then that was kind of just
I was known as the class president. And a choir nerd. Literally, my senior year, I went to school, I had choir.
I was kind of being known for not being known, if that makes sense. Like I said, I kind of stuck to just a pretty reserved self in the first couple years. In the second couple years, it was a lot of oh my God, how have we never talked before? And I was because I didn't leave my house for a while there.
And then I would have a class, and I had choir.
I guess I was kind of known as the kind of quiet person who kind of started talking around junior year, and then I was kind of funny.
And then I had choir.
I made a name for myself in the first 2 weeks by having a rolly backpack, and I ran over a couple of seniors' heels, and that was not a good thing. But anyway, I was with awkward, weird kids for the first 2 years, and then I found my friends, which were the guard girls, and I accidentally dated most of them. Whoops. But yeah, that was my friend group.
I had no lunch because I took choir instead.
What was I known for? Well, in my little friend group, they would call me J Daddy, and I don't know why. They would just be like, "Oh, hey, J Daddy." I'm just like, huh?
And then I would have a study hall.
I was known as the voice of AHS. I didn't run the TV area, but I was the president of TV Club, plus the head director, producer person. So I always did morning announcements. If anybody from my high school watches this, you'll remember, "Good morning, AHS." They all hated me for that.
I was in choir. Did you know that?
In high school, I was honestly, surprisingly, just known as the homo. There was literally one other gay person, and we didn't get, shocking, surprise, we didn't get along. But I was known as the popular gay one because he was very shy and reserved, and I was very rude. And I made up a lot of rumors about people that weren't true. This one girl I said had a penis just because I didn't like her, and she wore soccer shorts every day. And for some reason, that's the rumor that stuck. I really hope that hasn't followed her. Sorry, Becca.
Wow, I was known for being a really nice, silly, funny girl. And I was known as the girl whose brother used to take people's shoes. And he would take people's stuff all the time. Yeah.
I kind of wasn't known for that much. When people talked about me, it was normally just people talking their normal stuff. It happened from time to time, but I just kind of ignored it and stayed out of everything drama-y. And whenever drama came around, just kind of, nope, you're not my friend anymore, F off.
I did a lot of sports in school, so I did swimming, cross country, and track and field. I also did the musicals, and I did lifeguarding. I was also on student council, but I was known for being the white one in my family because I have 7 other brothers, and I went to school with all my black brothers, so I wasn't known as being anything but the white one.
I was that person that everyone knew, but was just kind of the acquaintance of. Like, I used to walk through the hallways and people would be like, "Hi, Megan," and I'd be like, "Who are you?" I don't know why. I was also a theater kid, and I was in the marching band. I played the saxophone, also known as the sinner's flute. But yeah, I basically just lived my life. I wore a lot of all black because I stage managed a lot, so people knew me for that.
But yeah, I also was class president, and one time some kid tried to run against me, and his slogan was, vote for Elliot Fix because he can drive a stick.
My glow up was kind of interesting. I was attractive up until I was like 9 or 10, and then I got fat.
Well, actually, I peaked in high school for real. I actually was homecoming queen, kind of crazy. And yeah, ever since then, my life just went downhill. So yeah.
And then I lost all the weight, but I had a buzz cut, so I was ugly.
I think it's happened already, just because nothing about me seems to have changed since I was 15. I could be wrong, but I mean...
And then I got fat again because I hurt my back, so I couldn't really move.
I hope this is not the end, you know, or maybe I just look amazing here, but my glow up was tremendous. I'm sure they'll show the photo. I was pudgy and overweight and like weird and pimply and greasy and oh my God, disgusting. I would not want to relive that if I had to or if you paid me, but oh well. And I mean, I think I'm pretty good now. I mean, we should do an audience poll or something, but that's just me.
And then I got fit again, I thinned out, I got taller, and I grew my hair out, and I looked fucking amazing. I looked the best I've ever looked, and it's just been downhill since there. I'm hoping that I'm gonna have like another one of those glow up sections.
I don't know if there's necessarily a glow up, you know, I kind of just go to the beat of my own drum, get it, because I'm wearing beats.
I think my major glow up happened on October 2nd of 2000. And then after that, it just went downhill.
Well, when I was 15, I honestly looked about as worse as I could. My face was about 20 pounds heavier to be exact, and my body was about 40 pounds heavier. Wow, it doesn't look that great in this shot though. But honestly, a lot of people thought that I got surgery. I thought I got surgery for a little bit. And somehow my one tooth grew over my front tooth, and somehow nature just fixed its fucking thing out because they're all straight, straighter than me. So it's been a good glow up, a rough transition if you will, but here I am. Just a couple counseling sessions later.
Hoping it comes soon.
I don't know if I've had my glow up because I feel like I've been like the same since I'm just a slightly larger boy now. I don't feel like an adult yet, but I also don't think that's like necessarily a bad thing. I've just always had like a weird sense of humor, and like it just didn't make as much sense as a kid, and now it kind of fits me. So I guess a pretty good one.
Well, I figured out how to fill in my eyebrows when I was 16 years old. That was a good decision. But I was still really pudgy and pasty, so it didn't fix everything. We're working towards something better. Realistically, I'll probably like have a sweet spot around age 30 and then just sort of drop off.
So my glow up wasn't too bad. I mean, aside from the fact I got away from my mom cutting my hair and making me look like Jim Carrey on Dumb and Dumber, I finally got to actually do it myself. But aside from that, I pretty much look the same.
My glow up? I'm still glowing. Look at me.
My best high school memory was actually like May of my senior year. I was with friends, like as kind of like a last hurrah, but like not really because the summer was happening, and they were all not in the best state, and I was in a pretty good state. And then my friend was like, sign my yearbook. And I was like, okay, Marley. And like, I was writing it. I wrote like a really long, like kind of sweet message. And then like I closed it and she was like, let me read it. And I was like, I don't know if that's a good idea right now. And she was like, no, let me do it. And then like took the book into a corner and like sat down, and then like a couple minutes passed. And then there was just a really loud like, ah! And then she threw the book and turned around, and like tears were streaming down her face. And then like everyone else read it and like did the same thing in unison. And then we all just kind of cried and we're like, this is so great.
Actually, yeah, probably seeing a fight outside of my class with this kid that was on crutches and this other kid who was like 4 feet shorter than him. It was like a really bad matchup. This kid's name is Matt Pop. And I was yelling, Matt, use your crutches, because he was just swinging and missing, and just, it was awful. And he was dragging his leg. He looked like the usual suspects, like ending scene. It was really bad, but that's probably my best high school memory.
Definitely me and my best friend winning the best friend award. It was really awesome because we didn't think we were gonna win, and then we won.
I got my best friend a blow-up love doll for Christmas, and we decided we were gonna blow it up, and we blew it up in the parking lot of the school, and he put it in the passenger seat of his car, driving on the way home, and it was so awkward just seeing people pass by and looking at the passenger seat of his car and just seeing that he had a blow-up doll in the passenger seat.
Actually, my marching band, my junior year, we were gonna play a Fall Out Boy song, and then the school board banned it because of the inappropriate lyrics, which is apparently something that people pay attention to when they're watching a marching band show. But then Fall Out Boy heard about it, and my marching band played with them at their concert, Monumentor 2014.
The best thing that actually happened in my high school was my senior year. Somehow our theater department ended up getting money to actually have Ryan Stiles, you know, the guy from Whose Line Is It Anyway, and was on like 2.5 Men. He came and he taught us improv, and I was actually the only guy that was in there. And he goes, huh, so you're like trying to get with these girls? I was like, well, I mean, more for the pickin'.
Okay, so my best high school memory was giving a speech at graduation because I was class president, whatever. The funniest high school memory, my senior year, my junior year, our security guard decided to write on the boys' bathroom wall, there's a bomb on 2nd floor, and then he ended it with and it was our security guard.
I think my favorite high school memory is when I learned that karma is real. Short story. I went to high school with this girl named Lindsay. Hey, Lindsay. She was very mean. One of my mean girlfriends. And we were at gym, and there was this slow girl, but she wasn't like slow enough that she was in slow classes. She was like completely normal, but just like everyone knew, like, don't be rude to her. Like, Sabrina's cool. Well, one day at gym, Sabrina accidentally pooped her pants. And it's, oh, I can't laugh about this, but she pooped her pants. And Lindsay made fun of her for like a week, a straight week. Poop jokes, like, it was really bad. 2 weeks later, Lindsay went to this camp to party. She got so drunk, she pooped her pants on a mattress that wasn't hers. Literally had to get hospitalized. She had to get hospitalized. She was so sick, she had to get hospitalized. They had to throw away the mattress. Trent Kennedy, I'm so sorry that happened at your cabin. I wish I could have been there. But I don't want to smell it, so.
Okay, I'll start talking. It's funny because I had like answers prepared while I was sitting over there, and then like I hit this seat and like gone. But it's fine. We'll figure it out.
Who put that thanks for watching in there?
Who did this?
Could upset my flow.
And it was great.
Okay,
right.
good.
Yeah. Oh, that's it? Thank you.
I have